One of our friends took like a month-long vacation from Alabama out to all the beautiful West Coast or Western national parks. And we thought, man, we really want to do that. But from their experience, it seemed like that trip was just a whirlwind, like they were moving nonstop. And I thought, we need more time than a month. So one day on a walk, we just were talking about the idea and we thought, how about we do it for a year and see what happens? Once we decided to do full-time RV life, we were trying to figure out how we were going to make money on the road. So we dabbled with playing gigs from the road at that time, but really the music side didn't come to fruition until like a year or two into RV life.
I had never dabbled in music whatsoever. It was mainly Kyle's influence there. It was really fun to write an album of songs together after we had been traveling on the road for a few years, and obviously there's a lot of inspiration there. I went from singing for the very first time ever in front of someone to hearing myself on the radio, and it was like an out-of-body experience.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
And we were definitely living small and minimally in that respect.
It was almost like camping in that home. It was a cabin in the woods, and this was made of like raw wood.
It was just like all these raw wood panels. It smelled amazing when you came inside, but it was a little shotgun cabin. You walk in and you could see every room from the front door. And it was just kind of like a little fairy tale cabin. And when we hit the road, we actually both got tattoos of it as our home sweet home kind of tattoo to keep us connected. We were in the middle of renovating our 79 Airstream Argosy when we realized we were expecting. It then became a race to get it done before the baby came. We met our deadline and we brought the baby home to the Argosy the first day. So she started her life in RV life. And it definitely was an adjustment, adding another person to a small space. And we did sit still for a few months to kind of get our bearings in our new role as parents. And now she's almost a year and a half. It's really fun because she's at an age where she can really absorb and understand the awe of what's around her. And it's really exciting for me because it's kind of like we're starting this journey all over again, and I get to see it through her eyes.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through to really understand what we needed. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We played together multiple times.
So many times now.
Both just out here in the desert, but then on the stage in front of hundreds of people. So that's awesome. And then obviously we love hanging out with Sean too, and the whole team. I mean, it is more of a family and a friends thing now. And that's been an awesome transition to be able to learn so much more about the business, but also just make some awesome friends.
Having a small child, we didn't want to be subject to all of these unknowns traveling. And so we hunkered down back in our hometown and got a little place to rent just until we figured things out. But now, going forward, I think we would like to get a house as a home base in our hometown so we have somewhere to land if ever we need to.
But also, we want the best of both worlds. So this trip we're taking now is at least a 2-month trip, and we want to take a few of those every year. So at the end of the day, you know, we're happy to be part-time RVers, and it just gives us the freedom of taking a trip when we want to, and also raising Nora around family.